You diligently track your macros, meticulously select organic produce, and invest in every wellness trend promising vitality and inner peace. Yet, despite this relentless pursuit of optimal health, a silent current of anxiety gnaws at your core, and the promised well-being remains an elusive mirage. This isn't merely a failure of diet, it's the profound dissonance between the frantic efforts of the ego to control the external and the profound neglect of the internal ritual. Paramahansa, Yogananda, with the unflinching clarity of a true master, exposed this truth. The deepest suffering does not stem from what you consume, but from the unconscious slumber in which you consume it. Your journey to radiant health has been sabotaged not by the complexities of nutrition, but by the very simplicity you have overlooked. The modern world has engineered a subtle trap, convincing you that the path to vitality lies in external prescriptions, while obscuring the true battleground within. You chase fleeting remedies, yet ignore the ancient wisdom whispering through the most primal act of survival. If genuine transformation feels perpetually out of reach, could it be that you are desperately seeking freedom in the grand tapestry of life, while remaining a prisoner in the fundamental act of nourishing your own body? If you've ever felt this frustration, this insidious gap between effort and outcome, type "awaken" in the comments below and share one specific habit you've tried to change without lasting success. But what if the key to unlocking an entirely new dimension of health, energy, and mental clarity lies hidden not in a new diet, but in a forbidden secret concealed within the very structure of your daily sustenance? A secret so potent it transforms not just your body, but the very fabric of your consciousness? You relentlessly seek control over your health, meticulously counting calories, scrutinizing labels, and experimenting with every new dietary philosophy that promises a cure. Yet a pervasive unease persists, a subtle drain of vitality that no supplement seems to replenish, no detox protocol seems to purge. The chronic fatigue, the persistent digestive discomfort, the restless mind that flits between cravings and guilt. These are not merely physical ailments. They are the dissonant echoes of a far deeper, unaddressed spiritual sickness. This isn't a failure of willpower. It is the insidious sabotage of the unconscious mind, the inimigo comum, that thrives in your distraction. For too long, you have approached the act of eating as a mere utilitarian function, a mechanical process of fuel intake. You devour your meals while scrolling, while working, while planning the next hour, never truly present with the sustenance before you. This hurried, mindless consumption, this gulping down of life force, is not just inefficient, it is a profound act of self-betrayal. It reflects a fragmented inner state, a soul perpetually adrift in the chaotic currents of external demands, utterly disconnected from the sacred transaction occurring at your table. This is the dor occulta abordada, the insidious spiritual drain masquerading as physical malaise. Paramahansa Yogananda, with his profound understanding of cosmic energy, taught that food is not just matter, it is concentrated prana, the vital life force sustaining all existence. Every fruit, every grain, every vegetable pulses with an intelligent, divine energy, ready to be assimilated and transmuted into your own being. But this assimilation is not a passive process. It is an active, conscious communion. When you eat in a state of distraction, rushed and ungrateful, you are not merely poorly digesting nutrients, you are actively rejecting the prana, allowing its vibrant essence to dissipate rather than integrate. You are treating a sacred gift as common fuel, and your body, mind, and spirit register this disrespect. Consider the Stoic perspective, which aligns profoundly with Yogananda's insights. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, repeatedly emphasized the importance of present moment awareness. The Stoics taught that true freedom lies in distinguishing between what is within your control and what is not. While you cannot always control the quality of the food available, You absolutely control your state of mind while consuming it. To eat mindlessly is to surrender your sovereignty, to allow external stimuli and internal chatter to dictate an act that should be a profound affirmation of self-control and gratitude. It is to live in a state of reaction rather than conscious action. Your chronic digestive issues, your inexplicable energy crashes, your restless nights, your battles with anxiety, these are not random afflictions. They are karmic feedback loops, energetic consequences of a pattern of unconscious consumption. Your body, a temple for the divine, is sending urgent signals that its sacred boundaries are being violated. The hurried bite, the unnoticed chew, the frantic swallow. These are miniature acts of violence against your own being, perpetuating a cycle of depletion and disconnect. You are diligently seeking health, but unknowingly poisoning the very wellspring of your vitality with your lack of presence. The modern obsession with biohacking and external optimization misses the fundamental truth. No supplement can compensate for a fractured connection to the source of life itself. No diet plan, however, scientifically validated, can replace the energetic intelligence imparted through conscious attention. The ego promises quick fixes, external remedies for internal chaos, but the soul whispers a different truth. Mastery begins at the most basic level, with the breath, with the gaze, with the mindful movement of the jaw. Understanding this initial diagnosis, this unseen architecture of your suffering, is the crucial first step. It is the recognition that the battlefield for your health is not in the supermarket aisle or the gym, but in the quiet, sacred space between your plate and your palate. Yet, merely comprehending this truth is not enough. The profound challenge lies in transforming this intellectual understanding into a rigorous, unwavering daily practice, a battle against ingrained habits that have taken root deep within your being. The true struggle, the forging of a new self, is about to begin. The revelation that your unconscious eating habits are a prime source of your suffering can be unsettling. It exposes the insidious power of the inimigo comum, the ego's ingrained patterns of distraction and haste, to undermine your well-being in the most fundamental acts of life. But this recognition is not a cause for despair. It is a powerful invitation to transformation. Now the journey shifts from merely diagnosing the problem to actively reframing the very act of eating, transmuting it from a mundane necessity into a sacred ritual, an unparalleled tool for self-mastery and spiritual ascent. Food, as Paramahansa Yogananda taught, is not merely matter. It is concentrated cosmic energy, or prana. Every single particle of sustenance you take in vibrates with an intelligent, life-giving force. When you consume food unconsciously, distracted by screens or internal chatter, you fail to fully extract and integrate this vital prana. It's akin to having a treasure chest, but refusing to open it, letting its riches lie dormant. The true alchemy of nourishment lies not just in the nutrients, but in the energetic transfer that occurs when your consciousness fully engages with the food. This mindful engagement is an act of deliberate intention, a conscious choice to draw forth the divine essence embedded within your meal. This perspective aligns profoundly with the core tenets of Stoicism. The Stoics understood that the external world is largely beyond your control, but your internal response, your state of mind, is entirely within your dominion. Eating, in this context, becomes a training ground for your fortaleza interior. Instead of passively allowing the world's chaos to intrude upon your meal, you actively choose presence. You practice amor fati by accepting the food as it is, blessing it, and then engaging with it fully, transforming a simple act into a profound exercise in self-discipline and equanimity. It is a daily reaffirmation of your will over the impulsive demands of the ego. Imagine eating as a deliberate, meditative act. Each bite is not just a morsel, it is a conduit for prana. Each chew is not just a mechanical action, It is a conscious effort to break down not only the food, but also the internal resistance to presence. By bringing your full attention to the texture, the flavor, the aroma, you are not merely indulging, you are performing a spiritual exercise. You are building what the Stoics called the inner citadel, a fortress of peace and control within your own mind. This citadel is not built in isolation from life's simple acts, but through the conscious refinement of every single one of them. The ego, your inimigo comum, will resist this transformation fiercely. It thrives on distraction, on speed, on multitasking. It will whisper that you don't have time for such slow eating, that it's impractical in the modern world. But this resistance is precisely where the battle for your sovereignty is won. To choose mindful eating in a world that demands haste is an act of spiritual defiance. It is a statement that your inner peace, your energetic well-being, and your connection to the divine are non-negotiable. This shift in perspective is a powerful one. It transforms the often anxious relationship with food, driven by guilt, restriction, or overindulgence, into one of reverence, gratitude, and conscious engagement. You are no longer merely eating. You are partaking in a sacred communion, a direct energetic exchange with the cosmic life force. This, a gatilio emotional primario of empowerment, begins when you recognize that the greatest power you wield is over your own attention. However, recognizing this divine perspective and understanding the alchemy of attention is just the conceptual foundation. The true challenge and the path to profound liberation lies in translating this intellectual knowledge into a rigorous, unwavering daily practice. The specific techniques, the forbidden secrets of Yogananda's wisdom, are not about gentle suggestions. They are precise, demanding prescriptions for a complete spiritual overhaul of your relationship with food. Are you truly ready to commit to this meticulous conscious labor? Or will the ingrained habits of the ego once again hijack your potential for transformation? The understanding that eating is a profound energetic exchange, and that attention is the key to unlocking prana, shifts your entire paradigm. But how does one translate this profound philosophy into a tangible daily practice? This is where Paramahansa Yogananda, with his unparalleled scientific precision in spiritual matters, offers the referencia base for a truly transformative discipline. This is the forbidden secret that modern wellness gurus overlook, the sacred geometry of sustenance, revealed through the simple yet revolutionary act of chewing. Yogananda taught that the most crucial step in absorbing the vital prana from food is to chew thoroughly, meticulously, until your meal becomes a liquid in your mouth. This isn't just about aiding digestion, though it achieves that profoundly. It's about maximizing the energetic extraction, ensuring that every molecule of food is infused with your conscious intent and prepared for complete assimilation into your energy body. When food is chewed until liquid, the subtle energy channels, nadis, within your physical and astral bodies are primed to receive the prana, allowing it to flow freely, charging every cell, every thought, every emotion. This discipline of chewing is not a mere suggestion. It is a precise yogic science. The enzymes in your saliva are activated optimally, breaking down complex carbohydrates even before they reach the stomach. This predigestion reduces the strain on your digestive organs, conserving vital energy that would otherwise be expended on laborious processing. But beyond the biochemical, this practice forces presence. It slows you down. It demands a level of mindfulness that immediately disarms the inimigo comum, the frantic, distracted ego. Each conscious chew becomes a mini meditation, anchoring you to the present moment, dissolving the anxiety of past regrets and future worries. From a Stoic perspective, this meticulous chewing is a powerful exercise in autodominio, self-mastery. Seneca, in his letters, constantly reminded his students that true power lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in mastering one's own impulses and reactions. The urge to rush through a meal, to gulp down food thoughtlessly, is an impulse. To consciously override that impulse, to deliberately slow down and chew with intention, is an act of profound virtue. It is your daily premeditatio malorum against unconsciousness, a chosen battle to build your inner citadel brick by deliberate brick. This practice cultivates patience, self-control, and unwavering discipline, virtues that extend far beyond the dining table, permeating every aspect of your life. To embark on this practice, establish a sacred ritual around your meals. 1. Bless your food. Before the first bite, pause, close your eyes, offer gratitude for the sustenance, acknowledging it as divine prana. 2. Silence the distractions. Turn off screens, put away your phone, eat in silence or with conscious, calm conversation. 3. Engage all senses. Notice the colors, aromas, textures. Bring your full, undivided attention to each mouthful. 4. Chew, chew, chew. Continue chewing until the food is a smooth, liquid pulp, nearly losing its distinct texture. Savor the experience, allowing the prana to integrate. This is not a quick fix. This is a profound re-education of your entire being. Your ego will rebel. Society will question your slowness. But remember, this isn't about conforming to external norms. It's about reclaiming your inner sovereignty, forging an unshakable connection to the divine energy within you. Do you have the courage to face the discomfort of slowing down, to truly challenge the ego's addiction to haste? What is the single biggest resistance you anticipate when trying to adopt this meticulous practice of conscious chewing? Share your honest answer in the comments below. Your acknowledgement of this internal battle is the first step towards winning it. The transformation promised by this rigorous practice is not for the faint of heart. It demands discipline, patience, and a relentless commitment to presence. But for those who embrace it, the rewards extend far beyond a healthy body. It unlocks a new dimension of vitality, clarity, and spiritual peace, leading to an equilibrium that transcends the veil of ordinary hunger and opens a gateway to sustained well-being. But what does this new existence truly feel like? And how does it reshape the very fabric of your daily life? You have understood the profound betrayal of unconscious eating, recognized the alchemical power of attention, and now you hold the unspoken prescription of Yogananda and the Stoics, the sacred geometry of thorough chewing. What happens when this rigorous discipline, this intentional act of reverence for sustenance, becomes an ingrained part of your daily existence? The transformation is not merely incremental, it is absolute, a profound shift in your entire being, ushering in a new equilibrium that redefines what it means to be truly nourished. Physically, the immediate changes are undeniable. The chronic digestive issues, the dor occulta abordada that plagued you, begin to dissipate. Bloating, indigestion, and the heavy lethargy after meals become distant memories. Your body, no longer struggling to process improperly broken down food, functions with effortless efficiency. You experience a sustained, vibrant energy throughout the day, a clarity of mind that replaces the old brain fog. Cravings for processed, energy-depleting foods naturally diminish, replaced by an intuitive understanding of what truly serves your body. Weight management becomes less a battle of will and more a harmonious alignment as your body, now exquisitely tuned, demands precisely what it needs. Your senses sharpen, the subtle nuances of flavor, the delicate aromas of food, awaken as if for the first time, transforming every meal into a feast of presence. Mentally, the shifts are equally profound. The constant anxiety that once surrounded food, the guilt over perceived bad choices, the restless internal chatter during meals, all begin to recede. Your mind, trained by the deliberate act of chewing, gains a new capacity for focus and stillness. The Stoic inner citadel becomes more than a concept. It manifests as an unshakable inner calm, a resilience that allows you to observe the external chaos without being consumed by it. You are less reactive, more thoughtful, less prone to emotional swings, and more anchored in an enduring sense of peace. This self-mastery, forged at the dining table, permeates your decisions, your interactions, and your entire mental landscape. Spiritually, the transformation is perhaps the most radical. As you consciously draw prana from your food, you forge a deeper connection to the divine life force in all things. A profound sense of gratitude and reverence for life naturally emerges. Meals become moments of sacred communion, not just with food, but with the Creator and the sustaining energy of the cosmos. Your intuition, now unclouded by the dense energies of unconscious consumption, sharpens, guiding you with subtle whispers. You feel more aligned with your dharma, your soul's purpose, as if the very act of eating consciously reconnects you to your higher calling. The feeling of being a fragmented entity, subject to external forces, dissolves. You become a conduit for divine energy, a conscious participant in the grand cosmic dance. This isn't merely about feeling better, it's about living from an entirely new state of being. The incessant hunger of the ego, the insatiable desire for more, begins to quiet. You discover that true fulfillment comes not from quantity, but from quality of attention, from the depth of your presence. The gatilho, emotional primario, of empowerment that was promised is realized. You become the sovereign master of your internal world, beginning with the most fundamental act of survival. The old world, with its frantic pace and superficial promises, tried to convince you that control came from external measures. But Yogananda and the Stoics reveal that true control, true liberation, originates from within, meticulously cultivated through disciplined presence. This new equilibrium, this profound peace, is your birthright. However, to truly embody this liberated state is to recognize that your personal awakening echoes far beyond your own plate, calling you to a greater, collective transformation. You have embarked on a profound journey, moving from the unconscious chaos of hurried eating to the serene mastery of conscious chewing. You have experienced the liberation of renewed vitality, mental clarity, and spiritual connection. The dor oculta abordada of a fragmented self, constantly battling inner and outer disease, has begun to heal. You now stand on the precipice of a new existence, armed with referencia base of ancient wisdom and a practical path for daily living. But what if this extraordinary transformation, this gatilho, emotional primario, of personal empowerment, was never meant to be confined solely to your own being? What if the forbidden secret to transforming your health, through the conscious act of chewing, echoes a far grander, more urgent truth? The ego would have you believe your personal journey is complete, that your self-mastery is an end in itself. Yet the awakened soul knows that individual liberation is merely the prelude to a universal symphony. The rampant unconscious consumption that permeates modern society isn't just a collection of personal bad habits. It is a collective symptom of humanity's deep slumber, a powerful manifestation of inimigo comum, the pervasive illusion of Maya. When millions, billions consume without presence, without gratitude, without reverence for the prana that sustains them, they collectively contribute to a global energy deficit. They fuel a culture of disposability, of haste, of disconnection not only from their own bodies, but from the earth that provides their sustenance. Your plate, therefore, becomes more than a personal altar. It becomes a planetary mirror. Every conscious bite you take, every moment of gratitude you cultivate, every deliberate chew you perform is not just an act of self-care. It is a ripple in the cosmic ocean, a powerful affirmation against the tide of unconsciousness that threatens to engulf our world. You are not merely feeding your body, you are feeding the collective consciousness, one mindful morsel at a time. This is the Virata, the profound realization that your personal journey is intrinsically interwoven with the destiny of humanity. The battle for health, for peace, for spiritual awakening is a global one, and it begins not in grand gestures or global movements, but in the most intimate, often overlooked moments of your daily life. Your conscious eating becomes a silent revolution, a beacon of presence in a world drowning in distraction. So, as you taste the profound benefits of this awakened way of eating, the true question emerges, vast and echoing through the cosmos. What greater transformation, what collective awakening can be ignited if each of us chooses to reclaim the sacred power inherent in every single bite, and thereby heal not just ourselves, but the very fabric of our shared existence? The path has been laid bare. The unspoken prescription of Yogananda, amplified by the fortitude of Stoicism, has revealed the forbidden secret to transforming your health and your life, the profound power hidden in how you chew. This is not a fleeting trend or a superficial diet. It is a fundamental realignment with the divine intelligence that sustains you. It is a direct challenge to the inimigo commum, your own unconscious mind, and an unwavering commitment to your sovereign self. If you have resonated with this truth, if you feel the deep stirring within your soul to reclaim this ancient wisdom and become a conscious co-creator of your reality, then you are called to action. This is not a passive request. It is a command from your higher self. Subscribe to this channel to continue your journey into the depths of eternal wisdom. Share this message with those who are silently suffering, yet seeking genuine liberation. And in the comments below, declare your commitment. I am the awakening. Let your first conscious bite be the start of your silent revolution, transforming not just your plate, but your entire world.